Okay, we always hear accusations against certain leaders in the world and politicians and even countries that they are corrupted, and reforms must be made, or even a regime change in these countries, because the people deserve to live in an environment that is there is a transparency, and the corruption must be diminished, etc., etc. But what about the countries or the officials who accuse other countries that they're corrupted, right? Because nowadays we can see there is a big silence on the Azerbaijani aggressions on Armenia, and also the war crimes and the crimes against humanity committed against the Armenians. I mentioned in the previous videos that there are two major reasons for that, is one of which is the gas deals with Azerbaijan, and the second is its geopolitical position and also the arms deals that they are striking with Azerbaijan. But what about what if I told you that Azerbaijan is actually paying money to European officials and Western officials to gain their silence, and also for them to become pro-Azerbaijan in international bodies, or to vote in favor of Azerbaijan in international bodies that gained some respect or reputation in the past years? So this is an article published on CNBC, not on an Armenian outlet. And the title says, Azerbaijan accused of running 2.8 billion secret slush fund to pay off European politicians. Azerbaijan's ruling elite ran a secret 2.8 billion slush fund for 2 years to pay off European politicians and pay for luxury purchases, an investigation has shown. So what investigation is this? The secret fund, dubbed Azerbaijani Landromat, operated for 2 years until 2014, so between 2012 and 2014, and was used by the government to win favor among international peers, according to the report published this week by the Organized Crime and Corruption Reporting Project, OCCRP. The cash was allegedly channeled through 4 UK-registered companies where lax regulations allowed for opacity. Now, let's go to the original investigation published by the OCCRP and see what are the details of this money laundering operation and bribing Western politicians, according to the OCCRP. The Azerbaijani Landromat is a complex money laundering operation and slush fund that handled $2.9 billion over a 2-year period through 4 shell companies registered in the UK. So just in 2 years, they have funneled $2.9 billion in different through different bank accounts to shell companies registered in the UK in order to bribe politicians and non-politicians. And we will see later what I mean from that. From 2012 to 2014, even as the Azerbaijani government arrested activists and journalists wholesale, members of the country's ruling elite were using a secret slush fund to pay off European politicians, buy luxury goods, launder money, and otherwise benefit themselves. Banking records revealing some 2.5 billion euros in transactions were leaked to the Danish newspaper Berlingske, which shared them with OCCRP. The two outlets then organized a collaborative investigation to track down where the money went. So where did they went? The result is the Azerbaijani Landromat, so-called because the vast sums that passed through it were laundered through a series of shell companies to disguise their origin. Wow. The project reveals the many uses to which the country's kleptocratic ruling clique puts some of its billions. So, among other things, the money bought silence. This is the major and most important thing nowadays when we see all this silence on Azerbaijani aggressions, attacks on Armenian sovereign territories, war crimes committed against the Armenians, including horrendous war crimes like as I mentioned in the previous video, crimes against women in Armenia that are well documented by the Azerbaijani forces themselves. But if you go nowadays to the press conference of the foreign ministries in different countries, you will see that they're unable to identify the aggressor, and they are unable to condemn the Azerbaijani side for its war crimes against the Armenians. So here comes the question. Are these politicians paid by Azerbaijan? Because there is a track record, there is a history for that, and why is this silence? on the Azerbaijan? Is it only the gas deal, or also they were bribed? So this money, among many other things, it bought silence. During this period, the Azerbaijani government threw more than 90 human rights activists, opposition politicians, and journalists into prison on politically motivated charges. The human rights crackdown was roundly condemned by international human rights groups. Meanwhile, at least 3 European politicians, a journalist who wrote stories friendly to the Azerbaijani regime, and businessmen who praised the government were among the recipients of Azerbaijani laundromat money. So politicians, journalists, businessmen, and these people worked in some cases, they say. These prominent individuals were able to mobilize important international organizations such as the UNESCO and the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe to score public relation victories in favor of the Aliyev regime. So this money was used to mobilize organizations that gained reputation in the past years, such as the UNESCO. So this black money was able to penetrate and infiltrate a very big organization in the UN itself. And not only that, but also the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council for Europe. So nowadays, all this silence of the European Union on Azerbaijan, we have to ask these questions, why that is. Is it only the deals because they need Azerbaijan, or because they were also paid off or bribed by Azerbaijan? Nor do major Western financial institutions escape responsibility. The banking records in the leak, over 16,000 transactions in all, revealed that the core of the Azerbaijani laundromat was formed by 4 shell companies registered in the United Kingdom. The country's lax regulations allowed these companies to file registration paperwork that listed proxy or non-existent shareholders and disguised their true origins. So these companies, this Azerbaijani money went into companies and they weren't registered that they came from from an Azerbaijani source because of the lax regulations in the United Kingdom. So Azerbaijani lobbies or the people in the United Kingdom knew that there is this hole in the system there, so they used it in order to bribe influential people, let's say, in Europe. Moreover, the record shows that the Danske Bank, a major European financial institution, turned a blind eye to transactions that should have raised red flags. So the Danske Bank here, they received big sums of money from Azerbaijani sources. They knew it. They didn't talk about it, although it should have raised red flags. So is the bank itself also complicit in this? Are they also involved in this corruption or not? This is another question that needs to be investigated too. But from my point of view, when a bank turns a blind eye to such a case, it's a very, very like mind-blowing. It's a very big red flag, and you should ask, who is the manager of that bank and who is the CEO, and does he have links in Azerbaijan? Does he have links in the gas companies in Azerbaijan? These small things that need to be investigated that can make the picture complete in front of us, right? So for me, it's mind-blowing. The bank's Estonian branch handled the accounts of all 4 Azerbaijani laundromat companies, allowing the billions to pass through it without investigating their property. A majority of the payments went to other secretive shell companies similarly registered in the UK, indicating that the full extent of the scheme may be much larger than is currently known. So what we know nowadays about the 2.8 billion between 2012 and 2014, this is what we have discovered or been revealed by this OCCRP. But what is hidden could be much bigger and much larger than this. And we already know this just between the period of 2012 and 2014. What about 2014 and 2022 nowadays? So if Azerbaijan continues paying this should be over $10 billion now of bribes to politicians, businessmen, journalists, influential people, in order to gain silence and voting and projects in favor of Azerbaijan. The subsequent flow of much of these funds is unknown, but the records reveal that millions of dollars ended up in the accounts of companies and individuals across the world, including luxury car dealerships, football clubs, high-end travel agencies, and hospitals. But many of these recipients would not have understood the problematic nature of the transfers. Those are the non-political bodies, such as luxury car dealerships, football clubs, high-end travel agencies, and hospitals. They received this money, but they didn't know the problematic nature of these transfers and cannot be accused of doing anything improper. But the politicians, of course, they know the problematic nature of this money, right? But their involvement reveals that many uses to which the scheme's operators put their money. So the recipients also included prominent Azerbaijanis with government positions or connections. This includes the family of Yaqub Eyubov, Azerbaijan's first deputy prime minister, who is one of the country's most powerful politicians. They also include Ali Nagiyev, a man responsible for battling corruption in Azerbaijan. So the guy who is responsible, appointed by Aliyev to fight corruption, he is corrupted himself. This is, some people may now ask, like, okay, this is from 2014, maybe it stopped. So what happened after that? I would say it goes, like, it's really crazy if you see what's happening still in a lot of places in Europe. For example, this is from 2017. 3 years after the investigation, right? Germany, Angela Merkel's CDU party received donations from Azerbaijan. She is no more the leader of the party, but this is from 2017, as I mentioned. Germany's CDU party has received donations from a state-run Azerbaijani company, a German media consortium reported. The affair again highlights links between conservative politicians and the Central Asian dictatorship. And this is from the Deutsche Welle, by the way, like it's a German outlet that is in favor of the German government at many occasions. A district chapter of Angela Merkel's CDU received 28,000 from the state-run Azerbaijani oil and gas company Sokar in contravention of German rules on party donations. So German parties are banned from getting donations from non-European sources. And they received 28,000 in a district, in a branch of the CDU, and from an Azerbaijani state-run Azerbaijani oil and gas company. The case again calls into question connections between certain conservative politicians and the South Caucasian Republic, whose leader Ilham Aliyev has been criticized by human rights organizations. According to the report, two payments, one 3,000 and one 25,000, were deposited by Sokar's Germany-based branch on the account of CDU's district association in Frankfurt at the end of February 2012. This is in 2012, but discovered now. However, no fine. They weren't fined for this. Although the district CDU branch accepted the donations without question, auditors at party headquarters in Berlin notified the administration of the German Bundestag, which decided as early as autumn 2013 that the gift was not allowable under the law. The CDU then gave up the donation to be immediately impounded, the report said. So they received the money and they reported about it, and when they were told that it is not allowable under the German law, they returned it back. But the core of the issue here is Azerbaijan is intervening in the domestic affairs of Germany and is trying to bribe politicians. And what we discovered today is just what we know. There's could be so many cases that we don't know what happened and why this politician is silent, and is he or she paid by Azerbaijan or not. So this could be just the tip of the iceberg. So I'm not sure what is hidden underneath. The affair has raised several questions about links between the CDU-CSU bloc and Azerbaijan and what objectives the country could be pursuing with its donations. Now, the CEO of Sokar, who paid this money, he says the company's contacts with political officials was taking place against the background of the geopolitical importance of Azerbaijan and Sokar. So I don't know if he thinks we are fool or stupid, but a state-owned company in Azerbaijan is paying to politicians in Germany And you're saying that this has nothing to do with geopolitics and politics. What is it about then? Are you going to tell me it's about funding kindergartens here? Of course, it's about politics. Of course, it's about buying silence. Of course, it's about gaining the votes of these politicians in favor of Azerbaijan in different international bodies, and also during the voting here in the Bundestag. Of course, nowadays we can see that there is consistent rejection to condemn the Azerbaijani war crimes. Why are these? These are legitimate questions we have to ask, and I'm not asking this question just because I have an Armenian background. So there's an example for that. The massive gas pipeline project for example, was chosen over the Nabucco West pipeline in 2013 with the support of the then EU Commissioner for Energy, the German CDU politician Günther Oettinger. So there was different pipeline projects, and the one that was chosen has gained the support of the then German CDU politician Günther Oettinger, and this deal was with Azerbaijan. So was Azerbaijan bribing these politicians back then? So when you have different proposals, right, the politicians see the pros and cons and which one should be chosen that can serve the interest of the German people, and then you choose one of them. So after all these bribing scandals coming from Azerbaijan, were these politicians paid by Azerbaijan? Just a question mark. So, and this doesn't stop here. It goes really like, it's just a continuous. This is from 2021, just last year. Another German conservative MP quits as scandals mount. A member of the German parliament from Chancellor Angela Merkel's CDU, so she's no more, but this is 2021. He resigned amid allegations about payments from Azerbaijan. He resigned in March 2021. The MP, Mark Hauptmann, told newspaper Die Welt that he did nothing wrong, but decided to step down to protect his fiancée and children from public harassment. Of course, he's trying to he's trying to victimize, play the victim card, right? Because this is very effective in gaining the sympathy of the people. Oh, look, they're harassing my fiancé and my children now, so that's why I resigned, not because I'm accused of corruption. Hauptmann's resignation follows scandals surrounding two German conservative MPs accused of taking payments to help broker face mask procurement deals. They both quit the conservative group in the Bundestag in response to the allegations. So, Der Spiegel reported that the Azerbaijani embassy in Berlin paid 16,744 euros to advertise a shopping weekend in Baku in a local newspaper that Hauptmann publishes in the state of Thuringia. So this Hauptmann, he owns a newspaper, and he received 16,744 euros to run an advertisement of shopping weekend in Baku in his newspaper. According to the report, the payment was made after Hauptmann had worked for years to establish cordial ties with Azerbaijan, consistently siding with the country despite its controversial human rights record. So, guys, this is serious issues, right? And why I'm shedding light on it, because I want my followers to know that corruption also exists in Western countries, and politicians can be bought, and they could be bribed in order to buy their silence, in order to make them pro your actions or anything Azerbaijan that could do in the future in Armenia could be in Germany. You may see politicians turning a blind eye. And why is that? I'm trying to explain. One is the gas deal. The two is the geopolitical importance and selling arms to Azerbaijan. And three, now we know for a fact there are examples of German politicians receiving money from Azerbaijan and having ties. And these are these revelations that came in the past years. Those are what we know. There are certainly things that we don't know yet. So this could be just the tip of the iceberg, as I mentioned. So during this period when Azerbaijan is threatening of committing an ethnic cleansing against the Armenians, and we see that the spokespersons of the foreign ministry in Germany, they refuse to identify the aggressor and they refuse to condemn Azerbaijan. We have to ask these questions. Why is that? And now we have solid case about it, right? We need to know why this is happening. This is not an emotional case, and this is not going to change by going and protesting in the streets. This is only going to change when these fishy connections are revealed, and when we know how much these politicians are getting paid or not. We deserve these answers, because my people and a nation that witnessed a horrific genocide 100 years ago is again threatened by Azerbaijan and Turkey nowadays. And we need to know why these governments aren't actively stopping Azerbaijan from committing these crimes. And we deserve to know why nobody cares about the Armenian bloodline. So I give you these answers. But I want to ask one last question before I wrap up this video. Ursula von der Leyen, she calls Aliyev a reliable partner. She struck gas deals with Azerbaijan, and only last year she was accused, so I'm very careful, she was accused of fishy business with the CEO of Pfizer, and when she was asked about it, it was discovered that she deleted all her texts with the Pfizer CEO. So this should also raise some eyebrows, some questions, right? Was she bribed by the CEO of Pfizer? What was happening? Was there any favoritism in favor of the Pfizer in the European Union to roll out all these vaccines? And why did she delete her texts with the CEO of Pfizer? And if that is the case, is it also possible that she received funding from Azerbaijan or Azerbaijani state companies to nowadays run a policy that is truly harming the Armenians and truly enabling a genocidal leadership in Baku? That may cause a very big, I would say, war very soon in Armenia, because European countries themselves are warning now their citizens from non-essential traveling to Armenia, and they're showing the map that don't travel the eastern side of Armenia, eastern shores of the Sevan Lake, and also the southern part where Azerbaijan is threatening Armenia to invade. What are they going to do, the Europeans? Are they going to side with Azerbaijan? Are they going to be silent? Are they going to be in favor of Armenia? I think you know the answer now. Whether you're Armenian or not, you deserve these answers. So I've been your host, Georg Almasian of Syriana Analysis. If you're new, please consider subscribing and hit the like button. And special thanks to all the supporters of Syriana Analysis, whether through Patreon, whether through membership and other means. In the description below, you can find the guys, all these links. It's a very great help to me, and it enables me to continue and bring you similar content. And you deserve to know what's happening around the world, and I'm doing my best to educate myself first, read, and bring you this information so that we can enlighten ourselves on geopolitics and lots of issues that concern us as humanity. And see you next time.